Stress might seem like just a mental burden, but its effects run much deeper, influencing your body on a biological level in ways you might not even realize. One of the most alarming side effects of chronic stress is stubborn belly fat, and the sneaky villain behind it is cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Even if you're eating clean, working out, and living a relatively healthy lifestyle, unchecked stress can silently sabotage your efforts, especially around your waistline. Here's a deep dive into how cortisol connects stress to belly fat and what you can do about it. Number 1, cortisol triggers fat storage, especially around your belly. Cortisol is essential for survival in small doses. It helps your body respond to immediate threats by providing quick energy, heightened alertness, and prioritizing functions necessary for fight or flight. But when stress becomes chronic, whether from work pressure, emotional upheaval, poor sleep, or even overexercising, your body thinks it's under constant threat. As a result, cortisol levels stay elevated for long periods. Elevated cortisol has a direct relationship with fat accumulation, particularly visceral fat, the type of fat that wraps around your internal organs and expands your waistline. Belly fat cells actually have more cortisol receptors than fat in other areas, making them prime targets for fat storage under stress. Worse yet, visceral fat is highly inflammatory, releasing harmful chemicals that make weight loss even harder and increase the risk for metabolic diseases. In short, chronic stress turns your body into a fat-storing machine, especially around your core. Number 2, stress supercharges cravings for sugary, fatty foods. When you're under pressure, have you ever found yourself reaching mindlessly for chocolate, chips, or fast food? That's no coincidence, it's biochemistry. Cortisol increases appetite and boosts cravings for quick fuel foods that are high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. These comfort foods trigger a temporary release of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, making you feel better for a short while. However, consistently giving in to stress cravings leads to excess calorie intake, fat storage, and insulin spikes, a perfect storm for weight gain. Studies show that even people who normally maintain healthy eating habits tend to overeat when they're stressed, particularly preferring high-calorie foods. The problem is cortisol not only makes you eat more, it makes your body more likely to store the calories you eat as belly fat. Number 3, cortisol slows down your metabolism and burns away muscle. Chronic stress doesn't just make you hungrier, it reprograms your metabolism. High cortisol levels can suppress your thyroid, the master regulator of metabolism. When thyroid function drops, your body burns fewer calories at rest, meaning you have to work even harder to maintain or lose weight. At the same time, cortisol can trigger the breakdown of lean muscle mass, especially if you're undereating, overtraining, or not getting enough rest. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, which means the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn naturally. Losing muscle causes your metabolism to slow down even further, making it easier to gain fat and harder to shed it. Over time, the combination of muscle loss and fat gain can dramatically alter your body composition, even if the number on the scale doesn't change much at first. Number 4, stress disrupts sleep, and poor sleep worsens stress. Stress and sleep are tightly linked in a vicious cycle. High cortisol levels make it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, or reach the deep stages of sleep needed for physical recovery. Poor sleep, in turn, raises cortisol even higher the next day, creating a snowball effect of exhaustion, irritability, and weight gain. Lack of quality sleep also dysregulates 2 critical hormones: ghrelin, the hormone that increases appetite, and leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. When ghrelin goes up and leptin goes down, you feel hungrier, crave unhealthy foods, and are less likely to feel satisfied after eating, all factors that push you toward overeating and, you guessed it, belly fat accumulation. Research shows that people who consistently sleep fewer than 6 hours per night have significantly higher levels of abdominal fat compared to those who get 7 to 9 hours. Number 5, chronic stress leads to insulin resistance. One of cortisol's functions is to raise blood sugar, ensuring your muscles have enough fuel to fight or flee during a threat. However, when stress is chronic, your blood sugar remains elevated for too long. Over time, your cells can become less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your blood into your cells. This condition, known as insulin resistance, forces your body to pump out even more insulin, and insulin is a fat storage hormone. The result, higher blood sugar, more fat storage, particularly in the belly, and a much greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and chronic inflammation. How to break the stress fat cycle and reclaim your health. Practice stress management every day. Practicing stress management every day isn't a luxury. It's essential for your overall health and well-being. To support your body's ability to relax and recover, aim to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest mode. Simple daily practices like deep breathing, exercises such as box breathing or the 4-7-8 technique. Mindfulness meditation and guided imagery can be incredibly effective. Gentle movement activities like yoga or Tai Chi also help calm the nervous system, while spending time in nature, especially through practices like forest bathing, has been scientifically shown to lower cortisol levels and ease stress. Prioritize sleep like your life depends on it. Prioritizing sleep like your life depends on it is crucial because when it comes to fat loss and stress control, sleep is not optional. Aim to get 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted, high-quality sleep each night to support hormone balance and recovery. Establish a calming bedtime routine by limiting screen time, reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing gratitude journaling to signal your body that it's time to wind down. Creating a true sleep sanctuary is also essential. Keep your bedroom dark, cool, quiet, and free of electronics to maximize rest and rejuvenation. Fuel your body with stabilizing nutrition. What you eat can either spike cortisol or help soothe it. That's why it's important to focus on whole foods that are rich in fiber, healthy fats, clean proteins, and antioxidants. Incorporating cortisol balancing foods into your diet can make a noticeable difference. Leafy greens are packed with magnesium, which helps regulate stress responses, while fatty fish like salmon provide omega-3s that reduce inflammation. Berries are loaded with antioxidants to combat oxidative stress, and avocados and nuts offer healthy fats that help stabilize blood sugar. On the flip side, try to avoid processed foods, excess caffeine, and alcohol, as they can elevate cortisol and worsen stress-related symptoms. Move your body, but don't overdo it. Exercise is a powerful stress reliever, but it's important to strike the right balance, especially if you're already feeling burned out. Excessive high-intensity workouts can actually increase cortisol levels, making things worse instead of better. Instead, focus on moderate-intensity cardio activities like walking, swimming, or biking to keep your body moving without overwhelming your system. Strength training 2 to 4 times a week is also key for preserving lean muscle, which supports a healthy metabolism. Don't forget to include recovery days with gentle stretching, yoga, or mobility work to help your body rest, repair, and stay resilient. Support your mental and emotional health. Emotional stress is often overlooked, but it can be just as damaging as physical stress. Strengthening social connections is one of the most effective ways to lower cortisol levels naturally, as meaningful relationships provide emotional support and help you cope with stress. It's also crucial to set healthy boundaries with work, technology, and any toxic environments that may be draining your energy. To support emotional well-being, consider practicing gratitude, using positive affirmations, or seeking professional therapy if needed. These strategies can help you manage emotional stress and create a more balanced, peaceful life. Belly fat isn't solely about calories in versus calories out. It involves hormones, stress, sleep, and overall health. When cortisol, the stress hormone, goes unchecked, it can silently undermine your efforts, regardless of how clean you eat or how hard you work out. By understanding how stress impacts your body and taking steps to manage it, you can lower cortisol levels, boost your metabolism, and begin to shed stubborn belly fat. The key to fat loss is adopting a holistic, whole-body approach, not just focusing on stricter diets or more intense workouts. With patience, self-care, and mindful habits, you can reclaim a healthier, leaner, and more resilient body from the inside out.